Hello everyone, welcome to another STEM Helps video. We have this problem where we have two congruent sides, two congruent angles, and two congruent sides. And we're trying to find measure angle ACD. So we're trying to find, let me have a different color. So we're trying to find this angle over here, this giant angle over here. So there's a couple of ways we can look at this. So we can look at it in terms of this line over here, this line over here, or we can look at it in terms of this line over here. And in this case, I'll look at it in terms of this line. I just randomly picked it. So here, what these lines say is that these two angles are equal. Now, what do we know about the sum of all triangles? So let's sum of all angles for triangles. So the sum of all angles is going to be 180 degrees. And we already know that one side is going to be 100 degrees is the measure angle of one side, and we know that measure angle of the other side, let's make this x of this side, and measure of angle of x on the other side. And so since these x's are the same, I'm just going to write plus 2x. Hopefully that's not confusing to you guys. Alright, subtract 100 from both sides. So 80 degrees is equal to 2x. And so now x is equal to 40 degrees. Now why did I do this? So the whole point when I solved for this angle, x, which I just named arbitrarily, is because when you draw this line, here, let me make some room. When you draw the line ACE, measure angle ACE, which is just 180 degrees or a straight line, this is equal to measure angle ACD plus measure angle DCE. Oh, sorry, measure angle. And you can see what I mean. Measure angle ACE, the straight line, is composed of two parts, this part and this part. So they're trying to find what ACD is, and so in order to find that, we need to find what DCE is. And DCE just so happened to be equal to DEC, and so instead of just being very confusing, I just wrote them as x. Alright, cool. So now we can plug this in. X is equal to measure angle DCE. I can plug this into this equation right over here. This is going to be 40 degrees. And we know ACE, which is a straight line, is going to be equal to 180 degrees. And finally, if we subtract, we find that measure angle ACE is going to be equal to 140 degrees. Alright, simple enough. What's part B? What type of triangle is triangle ABC? There's a couple of hints here. We have two postulates that we know, congruent sides and congruent angles. When two congruent sides of a triangle exist, that means the two angles and sides must be equal respectively. So the angles should be the same, and those sides, those opposite sides, should be exactly the same. So what does that mean when a triangle it has two sides that are equal and one side that isn't? Well, that's going to be called, it's a special type of triangle. It's called isosceles. Isosceles triangle. And I hope that's helpful.